Good day, everyone. Today I am going to have a personal narrative. Basically, I will just synthesize or summarize a personal narrative, especially a historical study conducted here in the Tagum City. So I have gathered a certain historical study happened in Tagum City, and it was also supported by this one, the Kagikan, tracing the flow of Tagum's rich history. So this study is entitled the Revealing the Stories of Migration of TAUSOG Tribe, a Phenomenology Among Settlers in Pandapan, Tagum City. So basically, it is a study conducted by Miss Ellen Grace Adana, Wendy Arangoso, and Sara Miraji. So when we talk about this study, it is a phenomenological study that was conducted primarily in Pandapan, Tagum City, which involved the Tausug people. Okay, the Tausug settlers that migrated in the year 1937. According to the study, there are various reasons that have touched in the particular study. So of course, when we talk about migration, there is a push and pull factor that could support a migration study. So we have the push and pull theory, push something that is a negative factor that could push people why they move from one place to another. And pull factor is the positive factor that could attract people why they migrate from one place to another, from one location to another. So in this particular study, it was conducted in Pandapan with the 14 respondents, 7 in-depth interview, as well as 7 focus group discussion who participated in the study. According to the study, it was revealed that there are factors why the Tausug people settled in Mindanao, because primarily they were from the Sulu. At that time, during around 1930s or 1937, the Sulu was in chaos, was in conflict. There were different armed conflicts between the rebel groups as well as the Philippine government arising in those particular area in southern Philippines, specifically in Sulu. So having that one, the Tausug eventually decided to migrate to other country, to other region, and they sought Pandapan as one of the place that is peaceful, abundant with natural resources, and they settled eventually there. The result of the study is that there are factors that considered why they settled, such as means of livelihood. Pandapan before was rich in abaca fiber. In Sulu, the Tausug primarily had this fishing as a means of livelihood, but when they went to Pandapan, there are sources of livelihood such as farming, and aside from that, there is fishing in the Pandapan Sapa River or Ihu River, situated near the Pandapan. Okay, so after having that means of livelihood, the study also resulted that there is a social factors. So we have the environmental factors as well as the social factors. First, we have the economic factors, which was the source of livelihood, farming and fishing. We have also the social factors, which was the families or earlier relatives were started to migrate to Pandapan, and eventually those new generations followed. And of course, we have also the environmental factors. Environmental factors were the conflict, chaos, armed rebel in Sulu, and eventually they settled in Pandapan because Pandapan was peaceful, and of course now it's peaceful and could give a lot of opportunities, new opportunities for them to settle in. Okay, so the main question is, can you imagine yourself living in that time and place? So I imagine myself in that time and place. If I were in the shoes of those Tausug settlers, of course, migrate to a peaceful place that is have a more economic opportunities. At the same time, we have the source of income, basically. And it's a nature of the people to look for a place that is convenient for them and at the same time could give them enough food in order to survive. How would you think you would have fit into that world? So for me, we as a Filipinos, we are adaptable. At the same time, we should be flexible in order to survive. So for me, if I were in that shoes, still I will do the same. I will migrate and look for a place that is convenient, at the same time could give me a source of income. And last question, would you have liked living then and there? Of course, it's a no for having that simple chaos or conflict in a particular place. So we will try to look for opportunities that awaits us and for us to provide our needs and basic aspects in order to survive. The last question is, if I were to be a settler in Pandapan, still I would choose Pandapan. So of course, I am a half TAUSOG and half Catholic. So I still experience that Pandapan is a beautiful place in Tagum City. Pandapan is one of the place that is peaceful, could give us better opportunities in economic living. At the same time, when it comes to social and environmental factors, it is one of the protege in a place to live in. That's it about the migration historical narrative about the Tausug tribe. So thank you so much. God bless.